guys, what is going on? Today I'm giving my opinion on the Euros, and in particular I'm giving my opinion on England. Yes, England fucked it up once again in the Euros. Now I'm just going to go through the team just to start 11 because I just can't be fucked to go on to the subs because that'll just be too long and too emotional. I'm not doing that shit. I'm going for a start 11 fit, in my opinion, what actually went wrong. I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm not going to be biased saying like, oh, I'm picking on Sterling and whatnot, and I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, Daniel Sturridge, he played sick, he was the best player. Because that's not the truth in my opinion. First of all, I'm going to Joe Hart. Oh my god, Joe Hart. You play for one of the best clubs in England, your first team there, they have bags of money. They could easily replace him, but they don't because he is, in general, a good keeper. But fuck me, literally. You had 5 shots in the entire Euros, conceded 4. I'm just mind blown. The 2 mistakes he made as well, like simple saves, especially against Iceland. That was a crucial goal. Wales, not so crucial because we did win the games by 2-1, but I just can't. I'm still speechless for words of how he didn't manage to save that goal against Iceland. He should not be our number 1. If Jack Butland was fit, I really do think he would have been the first choice keeper, which is really annoying because Jack Butland is a solid keeper, and I think in the coming future, just especially after this Euros now, and especially we're getting a new manager, Joe Hart won't be our number 1 anymore. Just the fact that on the big stage, he just can't do what is required of him to be a first choice England keeper. On to the right back position. Kyle Walker, in my opinion, one of the best players for England at the Euros. Defensively, he was a bit meh, but you can't fault him because going forward, he was one of our best going forward players, and he's a right back. Spend much time on him because in my opinion, he had an alright Euros. On to the defence. Gary Cahill, oh my god. Our 2 first choice centre backs are a Man United and a Chelsea player. Fair enough, they're both really good English clubs. Gary Cahill, what are you doing? You're vice captain, I think. There was no leadership from him. Literally, centre backs are meant to kind of lead the team, yeah, and the captain, but centre backs can see all of the play. They can tell what people are doing. Gary Cahill he's had a shit season with Chelsea. He's had a bad season with Chelsea. He had, in my opinion, he was not good at all at the Euros. He was sluggish on the ball. He didn't seem confident playing the England team with the other players. Whether or not this season with Chelsea is kind of mentally gone against him a bit, but in my opinion, John Stones, I don't rate him, but I would have preferred John Stones over Cahill, just seeing his displays in the first few games. Now this one hurts because I'm a Liverpool fan, but Chris Smalling, in my opinion, had a pretty decent Euros. There was a few times where he was a bit shaky. In my opinion, he had a decent Euros. I won't say he had a good Euros because he didn't, but that second goal from Iceland as well wasn't just Joe Hart's fault. The defence was absolutely shocking. There was 2 centre-backs, Smalling and Cahill, on the Iceland striker. They both just stood there and kind of just watched him place it in the bottom corner. Like, I don't understand about that, but in my opinion, again, same with Kyle Walker. I'm not going to diss him too much because he wasn't that bad. Moving on to Danny Rose. Danny Rose was probably the most quiet England player at the tournament. Didn't really do much wrong, didn't really do much right either, in my opinion. A bit quiet, not really much to say about him. Let's just move on. Dele Alli, probably one of the biggest hyped up players going into this tournament. In my opinion, the biggest hyped up players going into this tournament was probably Dele Alli, Paul Pogba, and obviously Cristiano Ronaldo because he's bigged up for everything. But Dele Alli just showed nothing. In my opinion, last season he was one of the best midfielders in the BPL. Towards the end he got banned for that punch, and I think it was Jakob from West Brom. And I think that he took that kind of mentality into the Euros, and he just didn't show up for England. When he got on the ball, he just passed it to the side or passed it back. He never intended on going forward, and he was really sluggish on the ball at times. He easily got tackled by other midfielders, and other midfielders were a lot better than him, especially against Iceland. He was so quiet. In my opinion, I don't know, I just really don't know about Dele Alli, whether or not he should have played in the round 16, against Iceland. I think maybe Milner or Henderson maybe should have got given a chance. Not being biased, being a Liverpool fan, but any other midfielder, maybe even Jack Wilshere probably should have got ahead of Ali because he didn't have a too good group stage. He was too quiet for a midfielder, and what people expected of him, maybe that kind of made his form dip a bit, but nevertheless, I think Roy Hodgson should have took a different approach with him. Now Wayne Rooney, just this guy, I'll admit he's a Man U player. Never really liked him in the past, but I do think he'll go down. He's obviously going to go down as a football legend, England legend, Man U legend, and whatnot. But he should not be captain. Why was he the captain? There was reports in the French newspaper saying that he didn't speak to the England players on the pitch. He had no leadership skills on the pitch. You could just tell that. And especially in the Iceland game, he forgot how to pass the ball. Like, he went to pass the ball and he passed it straight to an Iceland player. Like, no wonder he got subbed off towards the end. He shouldn't be captain. Rooney, just retire from international football already. You've lost your striker spot in Man U and England. You're not good enough to play in England midfield, in my opinion. Ross Barkley should have got the go-ahead, maybe get over him, and maybe give the captaincy to Chris Smalling, or even Joe Hart, because yeah, Joe Hart made mistakes. Like I say, he shouldn't be in the England squad, but he was the most pumped up player for England. Yeah, he made mistakes, which went against him, but he was one of the most pumped up players. Rooney, retired from international football. Okay, moving on to Eric Dyer, one of the players who probably, again, was one of the big players probably predicted to go into the Euros. He had a good season with Tottenham, a really good season actually. He did alright in my opinion for England. He shouldn't have got subbed off against Iceland. Yeah, the second goal was his mistake, but players make mistakes. Eric Dyer didn't have too bad views. He scored a screamer against Russia. We did not deserve to draw the game. We should have won that game, which would have topped us the group. But whatever, let's not go over the fact that we lost 2-1 to Iceland. Eric Dyer, Roy Hodgson's mistake for subbing him off in my opinion. Again, maybe Roy Hodgson should have rotated the midfielder, but he stuck with Ali and Dyer a lot. Moving on to Raheem Sterling, this guy, honestly, I'm a Liverpool fan, I know, he left us for City and all that shit that stirred up a couple of seasons ago. But Raheem Sterling, in my opinion, he hurts my brain. The guy can run, that's about it. He can't dribble, he can't take no run. He can't shoot to save his life. Literally, yeah, he won a penalty against Iceland, but any player could have won that. It was just his pace that got him to the ball. Everyone's saying, oh, he played decent against Iceland, he won us the penalty. Shut your mouth! He's shit! Like, I'll be shocked if Pep Guardiola starts the next season for City. I honestly will. I can see him in a few seasons. He'll be ending up like a team at Crystal Palace or Stoke. Now, moving on to probably the most frustrating player at the Euros, Harry Kane. Like, you've been scoring goals for fun for the past 2 seasons for Tottenham. You almost won them a league title even though you choked it towards the end. What were you doing at the Euros? You got on the ball, you were sluggish, you couldn't pick out a pass. If Harry Kane takes another corner or a free kick in his career for England, I don't know what I would do. But Harry Kane, I would gladly be happy if he retired from international football and never made another appearance for England. That's how much he pissed people off at the Euros. Okay, moving on to the last player now, and it's the only Liverpool player I'm actually going to mention from the starting lineup, Daniel Sturridge. In my opinion, he came on against Wales, had a sick display, set up Vardy pretty much, scored the winner. In my opinion, against Iceland, he was a bit too greedy for my liking. Yeah, he's that type of player I've seen with Liverpool since I watch a lot of Liverpool games, considering I do support them. But he should have passed the ball more. He could have created more opportunities. He shouldn't try and take so many people on, especially when he's about 40 yards out. He does a few step overs and tries to take people on. Fair enough, but then pass the ball. Create a bit of play, and in my opinion he is quite a lazy player at times. He always preferred to shoot with his left rather than have a go with his right, which can take away certain opportunity. But that's my end to that video. That's a massive rant, and I haven't really made a video like this before. If you guys like videos like this, drop a like, comment below, and comment if you think I'm wrong. Maybe you guys think some certain players like Dele Alli had a good Euros. I doubt it, but if you do, leave a comment below. And I'm not making this video to rant and shit, say, oh yeah, we should have won the Euros. I'm not. I'm just saying it's typical old England, and I'll leave you with this.